Hello, everybody. Welcome to this video presentation by Cannin Plannin. I am going to tell you that my first love and passion is always going to be direct sales, but I always like to kind of share some of the other inserts and layouts that Tula 12 has available. And one of those, because we're kind of getting into that kind of season, is the garden insert. So I have a garden. I am not fantastic at growing a garden. Sometimes I have a wide variety. Sometimes I choose not to do a whole lot. Just depends on how busy I am in my life. And I want you guys to be able to do the same as well in regards to putting together your own garden. What I want to kind of talk a little bit about today is how it kind of relates to our self-care and taking care of who we are as individuals. So I've kind of put together some slides to walk through with you guys today. I'm going to share with you each of the layouts that are in the garden insert and kind of give you an overview of how to use them, but also make that connection between what is your self-care and a planning habit. So let's talk about them a little bit. Here we go. So the first one that we're going to start with is our garden ideas and inspiration. And this is a very similar page to our storyteller insert. Excuse me, it's only backwards. So this first page, it helps you to really think about what you want to do. It gives you a place to write down ideas. It gives you a place to kind of brainstorm. If you do brain dumping, you can do that in this particular section. If you look off to the other side, there's actually a blank square behind that where that photo is, and you can use that to add pictures, you can do sketches, you can just write some affirmations, any kind of fun things like that. But I want to kind of make some relations for you here. So we can really talk about how this page connects to self-care. First of all, the left side's labeled garden ideas. It's all about giving yourself the space to dream, to think of it as a way to brainstorm what brings you joy. For example, you could list out plants that inspire you, like lavender for its relaxing scent, herbs like basil and mint that you could possibly use in your kitchen. The beauty of all of this is that it's not just about plants. It's about nurturing your creative mind and being able to take care of your soul. Taking a few moments to write down ideas is like clearing mental clutter. And I've talked about that a little bit, like a brain dump. It's similar to what we do when we're planning out our day or our week, just as we might do to determine what our tasks are. A brain dump can also be used for your garden. Just kind of throw some ideas out there. Now on the right side is where you get really creative. It's labeled garden inspiration, and this space is meant to spark joy. You can use it to sketch out how you want your garden to look, paste in pictures of flowers or plants that inspire you, or even write quotes of affirmations like I shared earlier. For example, you might write something like bloom where you're planted or take time to make your soul happy. These reminders tie your gardening journey to your self-care journey. Just the act of spending time on this page, whether it's jotting down dreams or adding little personal touches, can be a form of mindfulness, which we all know that people that are that spend time out in their gardens are usually pretty mindful about the time that they're spending and what they're doing out there. When you engage with this page, you're reminding yourself that planning isn't just about getting things done. It's about creating a life you love, one small step at a time. Just like we plan our days for balance and growth, this page lets you plan your garden for peace and inspiration. All right, let's go to the next page. The next page is the garden budget and shopping. You're going to see that these are sections to help you stay organized about and mindful about your gardening plans, whether you're buying seeds, soil, or decor for your garden space. Budgeting isn't just about money, it's about reducing stress. So some of the things that you can see on this page is a place for you to write what you're getting, what your expected budget is, and then what you actually spent. That's on the one side. On the other side, you're going to be creating your shopping list. What is it you want to be getting? Where do you need to get it from? And what did you actually purchase that item? When you know exactly what you need and what it'll cost, it can help you plan with confidence. The same idea applies to self-care, setting aside time or resources for yourself, whether it's for a massage, a book, or a day off, requires thoughtful planning. And this page is a reminder to prioritize what matters both in your garden and your personal well-being. Think of this page as more than a shopping list. It's about mindfulness. Just like you wouldn't want to forget a key item for your garden, you don't want to forget things that bring you joy in life. So planning ahead for what you need, whether it's tools for your garden or tools for your self-care, it helps you to stay on track and feel more balanced. Both of these pages remind us that planning is an act of care, whether it's for your garden or yourself. When you're setting budgets, you're making intentional choices and ensuring that you are putting your energy where it counts. So we want to keep that in mind as we grow our gardens and nurture ourselves during this season of our life. Lots of great things. As I was doing research on this, I just was kind of blown away by some of the different ways that people utilize gardening. And so I'm glad that I'm able to bring that to you guys in the form of self-care. The next page is the seed and inventory. Seed inventory on one side, perennial plants on the other. The seed inventory and perennial plants page, these sections are perfect for staying organized with what you have and planning for long-term growth. So whether you're a seasonal gardener or you're just starting small, these pages are key to make your gardening journey feel more manageable. Think of these pages as an inventory, not just for your seeds, but for your potential. Every seed you list here represents something that you can nurture and grow. So there's basil seeds, where you got them from, when you got them, and how many of them you got. That's all what's in this inventory. In the same way, when you're taking inventory of your own self-care needs, like time for rest, creativity, or connection, it helps you prioritize and plan for growth. Perennial plants are like the habits and routines we build into our lives. They're the things that keep coming back to sustain us. So on the opposite side of the page is you're going to find your perennial plants, the name of the plant, notes that you have for it, when to prune it, what the plant name is, any notes that you have about it. A daily walk or journaling is very similar to a perennial plant. It may take some effort to establish, but once it's there, it continues to support you year after year. I am a big habit builder, so this very much resonated with me when I was doing my research about it. These pages remind us that gardening, like life, is about knowing what you have and planning for what you want to grow, whether it's seeds for your garden or habits for your self-care. Tracking these details helps you feel prepared and intentional. The next page is our annual list and garden wish list page. So these ones are perfect for helping you to stay organized throughout the entire year, planning what you want to grow and dreaming about the garden items that you'd love to have in the future. So think of these pages as your long-term vision for growth. I know many of us have gone through the process of creating a vision board and doing all those kinds of things. This is very, very similar. So what plants or habits do you want to cultivate this year? When we take time to reflect on the past and planning for a future is a key part of gardening, but it's also a powerful way to nurture yourself. Think of this wish list on the opposite side as a self-care tool. It's not just about gardening, it's about giving yourself permission to dream, whether it's a physical item or something more personal like more time outside or peaceful garden space. Writing it down helps you turn those wishes into goals. These pages, they work hand in hand. One gives you the structure to plan your plants for the year, while the other invites you to dream about the possibilities of what you can do in the future. Just like with self-care and goal setting, it's important to balance practical planning with space to imagine and grow. I love, love, love these pages, you guys. The next one, there's actually 3 sets of these pages. Now, I am only showing you one picture of each one of these, but there's actually 4. This is a medium layout. So there's actually 4 slots on each page, and there's 3 pages of these. So that would be 12 total sections. So these sections are like a detailed journal for your plants, helping you to track everything from planting to harvest. It's perfect for staying organized and learning what works best in your garden. This layout also allows you to record important details about each plant or seed that you're growing. It includes space for everything you need to track, from planting dates to sunlight needs to harvest details. These plants are more than just plant profiles. They're reminders of the care and attention it takes to grow something meaningfully. Just like you track your plant needs, you can reflect on what you personally need to grow. For example, knowing your water and sun requirements for plants is like understanding what fuels your energy, whether it's time outdoors, quiet reflections, moments of creativity. For me, as a self care person, I love to craft when I need some time and space. So, taking time to jot down these details brings mindfulness to both gardening and self care. With these profiles, you're building a record that you can reference year after year. It's also a great way to learn from what you grow and apply these lessons to, especially in your own life. So, just like self care, small details can make a big difference when you're growing and nurturing something else. The next pages are kind of combined. You're going to see on the right hand side is a key grid with a key. On the left hand side, there's a blank grid. In the actual insert, there is a full spread with a key and a full spread without a key. So I'm going to go through the differences and ways that you can use both. So obviously the garden key or the garden bed layout with a key. This page is ideal for organizing specific garden beds or sections. They keep the key helps you to keep track of what's planted where and allows for details notes. How many of you have planted a garden and you put things in the ground and the wind comes and blows your stake out of the ground and then you're like, crap, where did I put that? Very, very similar here. So this is also allows you to keep track what's planted where and allows for detailed notes such as sun requirements or companion planting strategies, those kinds of things. The other opportunity or the other layout is open grid, and it allows for more flexibility. You can use it for brainstorming ideas, sketching potential layouts, or experimenting with new garden designs if you're doing a new layout in your garden that you've never done before. There's a no key here, so you're free to draw pathways, groupings, or even seasonal rotations, however you choose to use it. We're using them together. You can start with the keyed layout to create a detailed plan for each garden bed or section, and then use the open grid layout to sketch out the big picture. This might include overall garden flow, pathways, or how different areas complement one another. Now, what does this have to do with self-care? Well, these pages are like planning your process in life. Structure and creativity go hand in hand. The keyed page keeps you organized, like tracking habits or goals in your planner, while the open grid lets you dream big and think outside the box. Together, they reflect the balance between staying grounded and leaving room for growth. By combining these layouts, you have everything you need to design a garden that's both practical and inspiring. Whether on a single garden bed or planning an entire space, these pages help you create a garden and a life that thrives. I love the creativity and being able to use these. It's kind of like a dot grid for me, but these ones are a little more structured. So the next one is a weekly task list. This one is all about creating a plan for your garden tasks throughout the week. There's only one page of this, so this is very much like building routines, breaking them down into manageable mornings or evening activities that you need to do, watering schedules, those kinds of things. It's a fantastic way to stay consistent and on top of those routines that you have going on. The layout is divided into 2 columns for each day, morning and evening, and it's designed to help you plan and prioritize what needs to be done at specific times of the day, whether it's watering, pruning, or simply checking on your plants. This is a good way to create those routines. Excuse me. Using this page is a great way to bring structure to your garden while also practicing self-care. Just like tending to plants, self-care is about creating a routine and being intentional with your time. For example, morning tasks might symbolize starting your day with purpose, while evening tasks can help you wind down or reflect. And don't forget the note section, because at the bottom of this page, there's a note section. It's a moment to pause and connect with your progress, whether in the garden or in your personal growth. Now, for me, I am a weekly planner person, so this one made all the sense in the world to me. I absolutely get it. It was a combination of weekly planning, routines, habit tracking, and then understanding your needs by writing out notes and those kinds of things. 100% understand that. The next page is the monthly task list. This layout's all about looking at the big picture, so helping you break down your gardening tasks month by month. We all know that gardening is a little bit more involved than just the 3 or 4 months that it plants, depending on what you guys have for your planting season. I know where I'm at the Pacific Northwest, I don't always have an opportunity to garden in December. It's a little cold, but this is it's a perfect way for planning seasonal gardening activities or marking reminders for important milestones like planting, harvesting, fertilizing, all of those different kinds of things. This page is more than just a to-do list, although that does have the to-do list boxes. It's a way to align your gardening with the rhythm of the seasons. So in just like your self-care routine, right? Gardening thrives on consistency and preparation. So think of each month as an opportunity to nurture not only your garden, but also yourself. For example, January can be about planning and dreaming, while May might represent your growth and productivity that you have gotten, that you're harvesting from January, right? As you work through the months, notice how this structure helps you stay balanced and mindful in both your gardening and personal self-care practices. This monthly task list is your year-long guide to staying on track. By breaking tasks into monthly steps, you'll feel less overwhelmed and more in tune with both your garden's needs and your own self journey. Take it 1 month at a time and enjoy the process of watching everything grow. This is kind of like a perpetual inventory or perpetual insert that Tula 12 has as well. All right, seasonal task lists. This page is designed to help you plan and organize your tasks based on the seasons. There are 4 columns: spring, summer, winter, and fall. It's a fantastic way to stay proactive and ensure that your garden thrives all year round. This page isn't just for organizing your garden, it's also a way to connect with the rhythm of the seasons in your life. Just like we did the season or the months last page, this one's like your seasons. Spring is a time for new beginnings, summer is growth, fall is harvesting, and winter is offering an opportunity for us to rest and reflect. So as far as your self-care goes, it evolves with the season as well. Using these kinds of pages align your gardening goals with your personal self-care practices, whether it's taking time to enjoy the beauty of a blooming garden in the summer or savoring the quiet moments of planning in the winter. Seasonal tasks list helps you to embrace the flow of the year, making it easy to stay on top of your gardening task while nurturing a sense of balance and mindfulness. The next one, oh goodness, I didn't put the thing up here. This is a seed log and a pest log. That's what the header is supposed to say right there. This is an opportunity for you to track 2 of the most critical factors for plant success: your soil health and your pest management. For the soil log, you're going to record any issues related to your soil and the quality, treatments that you've used, whether they were effective. And this allows you to adjust your approach for in the future. On the flip side is your pest log, where you're going to keep track of any pests that are affecting your plants, treatments you've applied, whether they've worked, spot recurring issues, all of those kinds of things. But I want to talk mainly this one in regards to your own personal self-care, because the soil log is a reminder to check in on your own physical and mental well-being. Are you getting the nutrients you need, like sleep, healthy food, movement? If something feels off, what small adjustments can you make to feel better? On the flip side is those darn pests, right? It's a metaphor for identifying and addressing the pests in your life. Those things that drain your energy, steal your focus. Maybe it's a negative mindset, cultured space, or even over committing your time. This page encourages you to take note of what's not worth your time and find ways to address it. So, the doom scroll, we've all been there. All right, the last page, you guys, is the fertilizer log and harvesting track. This allows you to maximize the health of your plants and celebrate your gardening success. The fertilizing log is where you track the nutrients you've added to the soil, when you've added them, any observations that you've noticed about applying them. And then, of course, on the flip side is your harvesting tracker, right? You are going to celebrate the fruits of your labors. Use this as a page to record what you harvested, whether it was fresh herbs, vegetables, flowers. This tracker is just practical. And there's actually multiple pages of the harvest tracker. So you'll be able to be motivated by your success and the progress that you made in continuing to keep your garden alive over the course of the year. So the fertilizer log is like ways for you to fuel your growth, thinking of it as a reminder to focus on what nourishes you, whether it's healthy food, positive relationship, or activities that recharge your energy. And then, of course, the harvest tracker is your chance to reflect on the results of your efforts. Just like you track the produce from your garden, take time to notice and celebrate your personal and professional achievements, whether it's hitting a business goal, carving out time for yourself. Every harvest and celebration deserves some recognition. So we want to make sure that we do that specifically. All right, that is the end of our insert, but I wanted to finish up by reading this little bit right to you. I want you guys to realize how important it is to walk through your life in a way that you can really manage your self-care, whether it's brainstorming ideas, setting up layouts, tracking your progress, and celebrating your harvest. It isn't just a planner tool, it's a companion for helping you to balance and find the joy and being able to take care of something else, possibly while you're taking care of yourself. So planning isn't just about perfection, it's about creating a space where you can focus, grow, and bloom both in your garden and in your own individual life. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you are thinking about starting your own garden, this is what you're going to want to grab to check it out and see if it works for you. Thank you guys all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye, friends.